everybody. I'm Nick Leighton.
And I'm Leah Bonnema.
And we're coming to you from New York today. And we had so many Halloween-themed questions that we thought we'll put them all together for this little bonus episode.
So exciting.
Do you have a costume this year?
Not yet.
I'm going to be a blessing in disguise. So our first question is a very good question. What sorts of costumes are acceptable for both adults and children?
Are we saying that the question is we both are a child and an adult want to wear the same outfit?
Or
are we saying what's acceptable for adults, what's acceptable for children?
I guess the question in general is, what is acceptable?
Okay, I feel like this is more of a you question because I obviously take issue with the idea of what's acceptable.
So for me, I think context is key. So I think if it's an office party, I think you got to definitely be mindful that we're still in an office.
Right.
So I don't think you can do anything gore, no knives, no blood. I don't think we do gore in the office.
Maybe a little bit of blood.
No.
It's Halloween.
Yeah, I think in the office we don't.
Not even like if you're a vampire, you got a little blood coming down the chin?
Maybe. Put that in the maybe category. Okay. And I think we don't do sexy anything for the office.
Yeah.
We agree on that.
Because there are some real sexy outfits out there.
There are some sexy beekeepers.
Yeah.
There are some sexy actuaries.
Yeah. People just did whatever sexy. You're like, oh.
Okay. And I think in general, I think you just want to remember that everyone has a camera and that this photo will live on forever.
Right.
So just keep that in mind. And so for that reason, and I shouldn't have to say this, but I have to say it, no blackface.
Oh, I can't even believe we have to say this anymore, but apparently we do.
We really do.
What's going on?
I don't know, but we're just going to say it. So we are on the record. No blackface.
No blackface.
Full stop.
Full stop.
And relatedly, there is a question about cultural appropriation versus appreciation in Halloween costumes.
Right.
And I think in general, if you have to ask, is this okay? No is always the answer.
Yes, I agree with you.
If there's any hesitation about appropriateness, like, oh, is this fine? If you're asking this question, no, it's not fine.
Right.
And I think in general, any cultural costume is just not appropriate for Halloween. Halloween is not an occasion where it's ever appropriate. You can never actually be celebrating someone's culture on Halloween. I think just the nature of the holiday itself does not allow for cultural appreciation. It will inherently always be appropriation if it's on Halloween.
Interesting.
Right? Because think about if you were wearing a Navajo regalia moccasin thing. On Halloween, even if you loved the Navajo Nation and you went to the powwow every year, but wearing that on Halloween just does not feel appropriate.
I see that seems like a very astute comment.
Right?
That putting it on Halloween makes a costume.
Right.
Right.
But if you were to wear that same thing, even if you were not Navajo yourself, but went to the powwow and you wanted to wear that and you knew what you were wearing and why you were wearing it, that's great. I think that's totally fine. Similarly, you should not wear a kimono on Halloween.
Right.
If you're not Japanese and are not from this tradition. I feel like this is a line you don't want to cross.
Okay.
So that's how I feel about that. Plenty more to say about cultural appropriation and appreciation, but in general, if you have to ask, no.
Yeah, I think that's a great...
No is the answer.
I think you could be a little sexy at your work party. I don't want to shame, people for showing their bods that they've worked really hard on.
How sexy is sexy then?
I mean, that's for them to decide.
What's the sexiest costume you've ever had?
I don't do sexy costumes.
No?
No.
Okay.
I like to do I guess I did in college.
Yeah?
But I think I was more just what do I have lying around that I can throw a wig on and, you know what I mean?
Right. That's a good segue to our next question, which is, if I'm invited to a costume party, but I don't want to dress up, can I still go?
I don't see why you can't make a little bit of an effort.
I think if you're not going to make an effort, you shouldn't go.
Yeah, it's a costume party.
And people who throw costume parties care about costume parties.
Yeah.
No one casually throws a costume party.
You don't have to have a full, you could just do a little something.
I don't think I want you stopping by CVS for a mask and showing up.
Yeah, but what if I think you could find a middle ground.
So just some wigs lying around your college dorm room? Okay.
You know what I mean? With a little extra something, or you know what I mean? You don't have to spend a year planning this thing and just have a little few accents of something.
Okay. You want to be any more specific, or we're going to keep it vague?
I don't have an example, but you could put some, I don't know what, but you could put a little effort in.
I think if you're going to go to the costume party, you should make a little bit of an effort.
Yeah.
I think you should make more of an effort than Leah does, but some effort is required.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next question is, how old is too old for trick-or-treating?
I mean, I don't know, because some kids look a lot older than they are.
Some are weathered. Some kids have lived.
You know, you're like, I feel like that's what the chemicals we're putting in the food. I don't know how old this child is. You know, they're like, I'm 3. And you're like, I thought you were 18.
I think some communities actually do have an age limit, which is 12.
Really? But the parents are with them.
The parents are with them, yeah.
I think if you're over, like if you're dating age, you should have children with you.
Okay.
Hopefully not your children. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't mean like you should have kids when you start dating. I just want to make sure. Or if you do, I'm not judging. But I'm saying, like if you're taking your younger sister or brother.
Right.
And you want to dress up too.
Yes, if you are a chaperone for children. Yes. I mean, it's similar to like going to a child's playground. Like you shouldn't go if you're not there with children.
Yes.
Same rule.
Same rule.
I think the issue is like a lot of teenagers who are like trick-or-treating, and I think people find this objectionable. I think if you make an effort and like have a rocking costume, that's great.
Yeah.
I think the older you are, if your costume is proportionally better, then you're still allowed.
Because I do think some people just love Halloween.
People definitely love
Halloween.
Halloween.
And if you're a teenager and you want to like make a full ensemble and live it up, I don't have a problem with it.
But if you're just showing up with some bunny ears and a pillowcase. No. Our next question is, what do you do about trick-or-treaters who take more than one piece out of the bowl?
I think it depends on, I think some people say, take a few.
No.
But what if you just had Tootsie Rolls and it was one Tootsie Roll?
The solution to this is you control the bowl. The bowl doesn't control you.
I think it depends on what you say.
I think you have possession of the bowl. And you dole out the candy.
Oh, you give it to them?
Yes, you control the bowl.
Okay.
The bowl is yours.
Oh.
You don't just push the bowl out through the door frame and be like, here, take some candy at your leisure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
This flips the whole game for me. This flips the whole game.
Wait, you would just like have a bowl out and let them dig their paws in?
Yeah.
Well, that's wrong.
Okay.
Well, that's how you get into trouble with people taking more than they should.
I mean, I grew up in a place that has like 8 kids. So you're like, take as much as you want. There's only 8 of you in this town.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And would you just go do the loop over and over and over?
No, you just do it once. But, people got to get rid of their candy.
Right. So what do you say to trick-or-treaters who don't like the candy you've given them?
This was unbelievable. I couldn't imagine if somebody said that.
I believe this happens a lot.
I would be like, you're going first in the apocalypse. Like, this child is a mess.
Children are entitled. And I think children know good candy and they know bad candy. And if you give them bad candy, they're going to call you out.
If I did that in front of my parents, they would make me write a handwritten apology note. I would have to like rake that person's lawn for 6 years to just throw myself at their mercy for insulting a gift.
Yeah, I think this is a similar...
Somebody gives you something and you're like, I don't like it?
I think the rule is the same as if you're at a dinner party and you have cooked a meal and someone doesn't like what you served and then says this to you. I think the same response, which is to apologize for not having what they would like in a tone which is like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with this critique? I think that's the solution.
That's what the person giving the candy says.
That is the host says this, yes.
So you're like, I don't like Baby Ruths.
And you're like, oh, I am so sorry. I have displeased you with the candy I have provided you for free. I think you say this in a nicer way.
Okay.
But that's the tone. You're like, I am so sorry to disappoint you.
I'm so sorry your free candy wasn't up to your...
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I would be blown away. I would be like, what?
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm sorry. Did I misunderstand the question?
Am I getting punked right now?
I'm giving you free things and you don't like these free things.
This is incredible. Did you know that I had to work to pay for this?
Yes, with money.
With money that I earned and I'm giving you for free and you're complaining?
Because all you had to do was show up at my door and reach for it?
In your garbage outfit?
Right, that you just put together with some wigs that were on your dorm room floor. What is this sexy beekeeper costume anyway? Well, hope everybody has a nice Halloween. If you have questions for us about other holidays, send them to us. You can send them to us through our website, wereyouRaisedByWolves.com, or you can leave us a voicemail or send us a text message at 267-CALL-RBW.
We have a lot of holidays coming up, so if they have questions, get them in now.
Yeah, we have so many holidays. Like there's Christmas,
Thanksgiving, New Year's,
Valentine's Day.
I mean, that's far out. If you're asking questions about Valentine's Day now.
But how wonderful that you're planning ahead.
That's so true.
So you should plan ahead. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.